Good video today to show you how to fit these light guards onto the Land Rover Freelander 2. They're the genuine light guards. They're a bit of a puzzle, but they're not as difficult as they appear to be if you look at the instructions. So that's with them fitted. Stroll over here. That's what yours will look like at the moment. Now, we've got a bit of a hybrid car here because we bought it crashed and we're in the process of repairing it, and we'll put some more of those videos up. But we've got the later bumper and grille on here, but the headlights, whether you've got the early ones or the late ones, are exactly the same shape. So these light guards actually fit both types. The only difference is there's some bracketry difference because this grille shape here, one of them's quite flat-sided on the early one, where we've put the later bumper and grille on. It's got this sort of slopey front face here. So they've tried to make a one kit fits all, which is slightly mind-blowing but doesn't need to be. So let's have a look. So this is the kit we're getting. This is the part number upside down. Okay, there we go. So this is the kit. Now you'll see we've added some bits to this kit. So we've added 4 countersunk self-drilling screws, and so by self-drilling you'll see at the end it's got like a little end of a drill blade, so they'll drill. And we've added some of these bigger ones as well, and you'll see where these are used. So as well as this kit when we put it for sale on the website, but you can buy these anywhere, they're genuine, we're going to add for our easy fit, because this is the easy fit video, these ones here. Now if you don't want to do that, you've got to use riv nuts, and that's a whole other video we have done, but as we go through we'll mention where we're using a shortcut as opposed to the other ones. Right then, Ian, do you want to unbox that? So this is what you'll get when you open it from Land Rover. Ian's going to unbox it all and throw it all out on the table. So you'll get a big pack of fittings. I'll go through the fittings. So you've got a little Allen key, which is handy, and you can keep that in your car after you've fitted them. So if you need to clean your headlights, then you can just unclip them. You've got some little rubbery bits. I'll show you where they go. You've got a whole series of fittings here and 2 metal brackets and some cleaning. I think cleaning wipes, those. Yeah. Right. Okay. That's that. Then what else we got in? Template. So we've got left and right, front and rear, and we'll show you where they go. Okay. Cool. And then, yes. The monster instructions. We'll have a little flick through those, shall we? Actually, yeah. So let's have a little flick through. So this starts off easy. I think I can handle this. It's got a little diagram. It's got all the bits. Notice they've put in this square here. These are the bits that you need for the 11 year. So if you've got the later grille, that's what you need.
So that's what we're going to.
That's what we're going to use on this car. These bits here. Right, and then what the instructions tell you is they're telling you need a riv nut and some other bits. We'll go through what tools we think you need. This is the key. So if you're doing the later car, you've got to follow 1 through to 34. If you've got the earlier car, you've got to do sections 35. And each little bit is numbered. So if you want to double check with this video where you're at, or if you're doing the earlier car, that's what you're going to have to do.
So we're going to go through this in a minute.
So we're going to go through this.
But if we jump to 35 for the early people.
Cool. And then there's another little catch it, because it says, hold on a minute, you're doing the early car, but if you've got this front bumper guard, you've got to then go to 67, but we haven't got the front bumper guard.
So no front bumper guard, you just start at 36. And basically follow it through.
So if you want to follow it, we are going to do this. I'm not going to talk you through unless there's anything in particular of note.
We're going to mount behind the headlight. This will mount straight into the side of the grille by the looks of it.
Yeah.
So that says use template A to do your markings.
Yeah.
And then I think if you jump to 67, so you have to take your.
Oh, that's if you've
got the guard, you take your guard off, and then you do your mountings as per normal.
Right, let's crack on. I'm bored already. I hate instructions. We never read them. And then you got your 2 guards. Right. Okay. So what we've done is forget all that stuff. We've got laid out here what we're going to need. So out of that kit, you will need to fit it to the later type. You will need this bracket here. Now this bracket here hasn't got left or right hand on it, so you'll need the bracket that looks like that one.
It's the only one with the 2 riv nuts in it.
It's the only one with the 2 riv nuts in it, is it? That's the key, right? So that's the 2 riv nut one. You'll need the guard. you'll need this little clear rubber stop that's going to go in that little recess there. A little peely off rubber, we'll do that as we're talking. Right, okay, obviously you've got the little black head Allen bolts that are gonna. This is
the flat ones, not the countersunk ones.
Okay, so yeah,
countersunk ones as well.
We'll need the flat ones because they're going to rest on those screws there. This is the template that you can see lines up with. Oh my god. That's going to line up with that, so that's going to give us the fitting of that. We'll see that. These are our little cheat. These are our self-drilling screws that are going to drill that to the front wing. Okay, so little news flash, you are going to have to drill your front wing to fit these, but that's how Land Rover have designed it. Right, come along here. Then you're going to need this bracket. Now this bracket's a bit of a giveaway. Why do we know this bracket? Because it's got that little middle bit there. And actually, if I get the light right, you can see it says, just to the left there, it says right hand. Okay, so that's there. And do you want to just show how that mounts in here? And that's going to sort of...
So that will go...
That will go on that metal bracket.
On there somehow.
Yeah, and then those little pins... Those little pins are going to dock in there. Right, now one thing to notice now, let's do that snipping now. So if you have a look at the back, you'll notice that this top pin comes through too much. So we've got to snip that off. So, right, tools you need. I'm nearly finished. We've covered most of that. Hold on, I'm going on. Right, we've got the two little black bits there.
They go on the inside, they stop it rubbing against your grill.
Okay, we'll get those fitted in a minute. That's your template. These are the screws that are going to join that bracket there to the inner wing. We'll have a look at that. Tools you're going to need. Right, let's get started. I'm getting bored. Right, so you're going to need a standing knife to open your box and get all the bits out from the cellophane wrapper. You're going to need some snips to cut the peg down. You get this little tool in there. You're going to need a little screwdriver holder with a crosshead Phillips to drive those little self-drilling screws in. This is an M8, I'm going to say.
8mm, yeah.
8mm M8. We've got a little socket driver, or you can just put, if you've got an extension, just put it in your drill. That's to drive those in. Just put the extension in your drill. We're going to need a hammer and a centre punch to get the locations of the holes, pen, and some masking tape. So get all those things ready. Right, let's start, shall we? Right, open the bonnet and remove the headlight. So to remove the headlight, we're going to need a 10mm socket. Whip out that screw there. It's these two screws mounted at the top. Whoa. I'll try and make this video as quick as we can. Right. Then at the back here, there's a little thing you've got to lift up somewhere. Oh, it's just there. And on the other side, it's easy. And what that does is it lifts a little peg that allows you to then slide. It's almost on rails, isn't it? Allows you to slide that headlight out. You have to give it a bit of a jiggle. And then you've got to unplug the connector, so you've got to get your hand in, and there's a little bit you've got to press in on the top of the connector. You press that bit there in.
It's around the side on this one.
And then it releases
down
and you can pull the headlight out. That's the headlight, go. Right, that's gone. Right, we'll put the screws with that for that. Right, what we're going to do next here, we're going to get right. So there's nothing here to mount the guard to, because so what Land Rover have designed is a metal bracket that comes out from this sturdy sort of cross-membry bit here. It goes out here to give us two mounting holes here. So Ian's going to get the little template there. Where do you want me? Right, so the template lines up with the hole. So I don't know if you saw that. You've got this big hole there.
You've also got these two
there.
It lines up with, they give you the shape of it and everything.
Right, so if I just hold it there for you, Ian, you tell me you're happy with that. And then we're just going to centre punch the hole. You could masking tape that in position if you're more professional than us. We're trying to do it a bit quick. You happy with that?
Should be, yep.
Right, so let's have a look. Yeah, we got two little, you probably not going to see them in the video. We got two little marks there. So that's giving us the location. Now Ian's getting the electric drill and the self-drilling screws. And now this is where you would use riv nuts, but the riv nuts, you've got to get a riv nut tool on it. We're just gonna. Okay, that's one, and then the other one. How many minutes? We're 10 minutes already. This video gone in. That's it. Right, we can wind those out now, and then we can fit the metal bracket. And we go grab the metal bracket in.
We can pre-assemble that.
And we can pre-assemble that, yeah.
This one. Have your Allen key that Land Rover nicely supplied. Get these the right way around, obviously right hand, and this bit here should nestle on that. If you get the wrong one, you'll know. There we go. Then the centre two holes, leave the outside ones with a pin.
Oh, these no.
These are flat.
They're flat as well.
So they provide countersunk ones with the same thread, but you don't want the countersunk ones. You want.
Are they for the early model?
They're for the riv nuts.
Oh yeah. So because we're using the cheat, so that was the first cheat you saw us do there, where the riv nuts should have been used, and we've used self-drilling roofing screws. So have you got those black stickers on the back as well?
Yeah, already applied those.
Applied those
black
stop
stickers.
Yeah. But we'll do the video real time, and then at least people can see exactly as we do it. We haven't cut or edited this one so far. Straight. Do you want me to hold that? Right, so then you see how neatly this sort of nests against this front grille here. Alright.
If we iron that up, we may have to readjust this afterwards. Let me get the headlight in.
Just get it so it's sitting flush there. It'll come together when we get the headlight in. Right. So that's one side mount done. Right, the next, we're going to get on the next side mount?
Nope.
Nope. Ah, yeah, cut that pin out. So that top pin is too long. When it goes in there, it doesn't seat right.
It leaves this big gap.
So just give it a little snip, and it's the
They reckon 10 mil.
10 mil off, but yeah, just nip a bit off.
That should go.
Okay.
Leave a nice
edge there. Okay.
Right, it should clip on. There's two clips that hook over.
Yeah. So once you get it on, give it a good. Right. I'm going to leave that for now.
Now I can put the headlight back in.
Do you want to do the masking tape? Do you want to masking tape that up and do that? Well, we're...
Yeah, there's two options. We can put the headlight back in, because then we can make sure it gets aligned.
Alright, let's work with a bit of masking tape on.
I'll just make it easier.
Yeah, so the bracket's going to go up to this crease here. So you see there's this crease in the wing. So you basically need to just go from that crease down, just a little bit there.
Now there's two ways we can do this. We can either just guess it without the headlight in, or we can line it up properly.
We'll use the template, put the template up to the thing and do it like that. Like we did on the other side, I reckon.
You reckon?
Yeah, just go for it.
Because you're meant to put the headlight
light in, yeah.
Put the guard on, offer it up, and...
I think, well, when we did it on the other side, we did it that way on the other side. What we found was if you get this template, and I think they've designed it, so this line at the top of the template lines up with this crease you can see in the wing. So if you line it up to the front and up to the top, like that, I'm pretty confident that's going to be right.
How confident?
Very confident. Enough to drill my car. Okay. But if you want to check, you can put your headlight back in at that point and assemble it and check it's right. But they've gone to a lot of effort to make that template. You happy with that? You got those two?
Yeah.
Right. So you just swap in the drill over for the Phillips drill, and then we're just going to drill out. Be a bit careful here because, so Ian's just guiding it. I'll come around the other side. Just guiding that in. You've got to make sure the screw doesn't wobble too much. Okay.
So these ones are a lot thinner than...
Yeah, and the wing's thinner and the bolts are thinner, so these go through pretty easy. You just got to hold the screw. Now this again is our cheat. The instructions come to put riv nuts in here, but if you haven't got a riv nut tool and you don't want to do it, we're going to supply these little self-drilling screws, and they bite in fine, right? So that's that done. We put the masking tape there just to stop the screws slipping, and us marking the paintwork on the front there. Right. So now we're ready to put the rear mount on. I reckon it's going to take you 15 minutes aside. The video's 15 minutes already, but most of that's me talking.
And going through everything.
Going through everything at the beginning. Watch my wing. Okay, so they bite in pretty well there. So that's what that bracket should look like. So you can see it fits up just below the curve there, and you've got the key is it's given us two little docking points now for the guard springs. So put the connector back on the back of the headlight. It just pushes on. You'll hear it click. That's it. Slide the top in. You don't need to worry about that little thing at the back. It should sort of self-dock itself in, shouldn't it? That's it. Right.
It is a little bit tighter. These clips make it a little bit more awkward,
okay, it's a bit of a wriggle to get in.
It's the way Land Rover designed it.
Yeah. There we go. So headlights all back in. Do test your headlights when you finish doing it to check they work, because you've had the connector off. Right. Any side to go in first? That side's got to go in first, right?
That side clips in.
Clicks in.
And then this
I'll hold that.
should just bolt on.
So again, that's those flat bolts.
And if you've got that mounting point right.
Yeah, if you've got the mounting point right, you'll see where on the side of the light guards here, you've got this bend, and the bend is in line with the bend in the wing. There you go. Hope that helps. Fitting light guards on the Land Rover Freelander 2.